welcome to the what?
Countdown show. What it do? What the business is?
What's going on, baby? We back, baby. We back.
Welcome
They on
to
a hiatus.
another episode of the Trash Talk. Bobby and Shine. They're Bobby. I'm Shine. And we here, baby.
We in the building, baby. We in here all day. All day. Well, all
Guess
night.
what we got to do?
What, man?
A lot of living. We're going to do a lot of living today.
We doing a lot of living. Before we start living, man, I'm gonna say what's up to everybody that's in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? If you got any comments or anything that you want to put in there, anything that you want us to talk about, go ahead and put it in the comment section, man. We be reading the comments through the whole show now. We read the comments through the show now. But look, hey man, I just want to say something you just already said, man. We did a lot of living.
Do a lot of living. What's going on?
Man, hey, we got a lot to talk about this today, man. Tonight, we got Gaethje versus Chandler, man. That's a good matchup coming up real soon. We got the BKFC 20s coming up. Chad Mendez is now in the BKFC. He talked to the UFC and he got out of the contract to go fight for the BKFC. That sounds interesting. UFC 266 coming up, man. Hey, that card looks like a killer. That card looks like a killer. And then also we got some boxing news too. Got several boxing matches coming up pretty soon. And other news, man, we want to talk about something coming up real soon for some, not for all, but you know, that fantasy football is right around the corner, but we want to talk about it a little bit. But let's get into the first topic of the day, man. Gaethje versus Chandler, man. Hey, look. There's gonna be some smoke in the city.
They
don't like each other.
Look, this has to be the most. Is this the most believable manufactured? I don't like each other.
I don't know if this is manufactured, man.
But
Gaethje don't like him.
But what happened?
I don't know.
Gaethje just don't like. It's just been manufactured just out of nowhere.
It's like one of those things where Gaethje was like, I don't like the way he looked.
Yeah, like what?
I don't like
what transpired for us to end up in a situation where now Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler is a grudge match that we all believe?
Man, I don't know, man. I saw an interview with Gaethje and Chandler was talking up the matchup. He was talking about how both of them was pretty much similar fighters. Got a wrestling background, but gonna stand up and stand and bang, man. And Gaethje was just one of those things, man. It's just one of those individuals who was like, man, I just don't like him. I don't like Michael, man. It's just, he said it's good to get in there and fight somebody I don't like. That's what he said. I'm gonna love punching this dude in the face, to paraphrase it. And I'm gonna love watching him or watching them punch each other in the face, man. It's a good matchup, man. It's a good matchup, man. How do you feel about this matchup, though? So, what's your idea of this matchup?
So the question then becomes is this going to be a fight of the year candidate that we're gonna put that stigma on before the fight starts? Because it's got to be nothing but smoke in the ceiling, right? It's got to be they could just go out there and look, hey, I'm going to swing, and then you going to swing, and then eventually someone's going to stop swinging, and they're going to wake up and tell them that they did not win. Is that how you feel? Because that's how I feel. But I'm so excited about this manufactured beef that just came out of nowhere. Because most of the time, whenever people are of this nature that's not named Conor McGregor are going to get together to fight, they be like, hey, man, you know, I'm just ready to get out there and, you know, mix it up. You know, a lot of respect. I'm going to go out there and do my thing. And I'm like, cool. I like that. And then he just was like, you know what, man? I don't like his face. And I was just like, yeah, man, that dude face, man. And then, like, what? Where it come from? All I know is I'm going to be front and center glued when this fight happens. And I'm going to get that, you know, you get that little tingling feeling. You ever,
yeah.
You ever reach in your wallet? Nah, not your wallet, but your front pocket. And you had just went to the bank and you got about $500 out and you reach in your pocket and it's not there. And you like, oh, and you get that feeling in your gut.
Yeah.
That's how I get when a big fight happens. And I'm already like, I'm going to be out there punching at the screen, man. So, yeah, I'm sold.
Hey, man, Eric in the comments said Habib said Gaethje hits like a truck. That's pretty, he said that's some bold statement coming from somebody who considered the GOAT, man. Hey, a truck Oh, that's crazy right there now.
A
A
truck.
truck.
Hey, look,
And
and he hit like a truck, right?
yeah.
And a bee with his ass. That's just,
Yo,
that's terrible, man. That's
if you
scary.
haven't already seen our video on the matchup between Habib and Gaethje, Habib put him in a put him in a pretzel, had him tapping out by the end of it, and it just seemed like Gaethje had nothing for Habib that night. But Gaethje and Chandler, this fight is very interesting. I like the fact that these two individuals match up very well with each other. Their fighting style is pretty much the same. So we're gonna see some standing and some banging and some uppercuts and somebody's gonna get hit really hard.
Bungalows.
Somebody's gonna
November
get
the
hit really
6th.
hard. So
November the
I
6th. We
mean,
got
very
some
excited.
time. We got some time. We'll talk. We'll circle back and kind of break down the fight a little bit, do a little bit of fighter breakdown. I know you guys like that. Got a lot of living to do in between then. So hopefully, hey, y'all have a good camp. Stay healthy.
Yeah, we don't want nobody to get hurt. We trying to see this fight
We're
right here.
trying to see this one.
We're trying to see this fight.
You know
Now,
what?
I think this fight would be better than the Chandler versus Oliveira fight, man, because I feel
Yeah,
like the styles match up very well. And like you said in the past, man, style makes fights, and I
style
think
make
this is a
fights.
fight. This is a candidate for fight of the year. Seriously.
Look, don't even train. Don't even train. Just show it there to regular Justin and regular Michael and fight, and we'll still watch it. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
good. We
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Still watch
We
it.
good. We still watching.
I'm there.
Yeah.
What we got next, Bob?
Man, before we get into the next part of the show, which is BKFC, got a lot to talk about in that. I want to talk about what's in the bottom right corner, man. Stunting is a habit. Get like us, habits365.com/trash talk BS if you want to get that 10% discount on payroll. But let's get into the next part of the show, man. BKFC.
So look, BKFC 20 coming up, and not to sound disrespectful or anything on the BKFC 20, you know, you look at this poster and then you look at the poster for BKFC 19, where you feel like you know everybody. Like I knew everybody on BKFC 19 except for what's it, Red Man, Blueface, Red Face, what's his name?
Blueface, you had it right the
Blueface.
first
I
time.
said it the first time.
Yeah.
But on this one, I'm like Alan Belcher. Yeah, I know Alan Belcher. I don't really know. Oh, I know Barnett. Do you remember? See, this is what I don't like. They need to bring these guys back, right? Way back when Barnett fought that one guy that didn't come out for the 5th. This was like BKFC like 15, 16, wasn't it? Remember when we
Yeah.
watched that whole card and the guy didn't come out for the 5th? It was a pro boxer. Man, I'm there. Okay, they got me on watching it. How
So
you
this
feel?
is actually a rematch. Barnett and Bedford is a rematch from BKFC 6. Happened, I think it was last year, June 22nd. Barnett lost on a unanimous decision, but he's won 3 fights since then. So he's coming in on a win streak, and I think this title is vacant too, because I think Bedford last fought for the belt or had the belt before, lost it to. I don't even want to say his name because I might get
Go
it
ahead, give
wrong.
it a shot. I like when you mess up names.
His first name is Dat. Dat Ngunyu Nganyu
NUA?
Nganyu NUA. Yeah, it sounds like. But
That wasn't even close.
he's he since left the BKFC and now the title's vacant. So this right here is a rematch right here from a previous fight happened last year. No, 2019 happened in 2019 at BKFC 6. So these two individuals are already familiar with each other. So I'm looking for these individuals to come in and try to get a knockout of this one, man. I don't want this to go 5 rounds because I want to see somebody get brutally hit and drop to the ground.
Look, come on now. Look, hey, BKFC does not produce the same distance fights that other sports produce, though.
No.
So, like, you look at a 3-round UFC fight, and you might go away like, oh man, that's crazy. Or you might go away like, okay, it's cool. We're going to get to the next fight. Or you go to boxing, it's 12 rounds. You might make it to the 12th round like, yo, this was crazy. Or you might tune back in, 3 rounds later when you get to the 12 because you had quit watching. But like with BKFC, it's like they go right.
And when they toe the line.
And they toe the line. and you be like, man, this crap. I don't know. The ref might stop this, and they might stop it for the other guy. I don't know if I
Yeah.
seen like too many terrible decisions, or you seen where they like dumped a gas tank, but then after
Oh
that they
yeah.
just start swinging for the fences. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can live with that too. Go ahead. So
Yeah.
look,
So
but wait,
this card should be very interesting though. But there's some other things we need to talk about BKFC too, man.
guess what?
What up?
They talking about attorney.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited about this 125 women's division tournament right here. I did say something about this in the past, but they're turning the women's division to a tournament. And they're gonna crown somebody a champion pretty soon. So look out for some more information about this right here. But the tournament is happening very, very soon. A tournament is happening very, very soon. So I'm rooting for my girl Taylor Starling. But there's some other females in this division that can actually put on the show. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens pretty soon, man. But there's some other news in
No,
BKFC
no,
too.
no, no. I have to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I have to ask you a question. All right. So the over under, right? I give you 2-1 on your money.
Yeah.
2-1 on your money. Does Paige Van Zant show up in this tournament?
No. No. Paige Vincent needs two wins. By the time she get 2 wins, this tournament be over.
But what if somebody gets injured or something like that? Does Paige Van
man,
Zant show up in this tournament?
I don't even feel Rachel's gonna be in this tournament right here. I feel like she might be a one and done. The only reason why she came to BKFC was to fight Paige Van Sant. I'm just saying. I just feel that from the bottom of my heart. That's why I feel about that fight right there. I feel like that was a one and done. Even though she said that when she got in there it was different and she liked what she was doing or whatnot. It just felt like from the post fight when she was like covering her face when she was trying to talk because her face was puffing up. It just felt like she felt uncomfortable uh banging with no gloves on. So I feel like she's a one and done on this one. But um Paige Van Zandt might get an opportunity if Rachel was to knock off and not want to be in the tournament itself. But I feel like if she didn't, it'd be one of those things where they go from 6 to just 4, and it'd be one, 2-2, and then one fighting for the championship. I just feel like that would happen.
Okay. I just wanted to ask that.
Yeah,
And they talking about bringing in a 115 too. But look,
really.
guess who got signed?
Who got signed, man, dude? That's a
Hey,
big signing for
look,
BKFC, man.
hey,
That's big. That's
I
big.
need I need to shout out Conor McGregor right now. Cause how much has Conor McGregor said over the years that really stuck in everyone's head? Like I can't get it. Like it's Chad Money Mendez. That's his
Money.
name. But
Yep.
in my head, I keep hearing Conor saying Chad Mini Mendez. Like that's so disrespectful that it stick with people forever.
That is the respect right there.
Disrespectful. Chad Money Mendez is signed, and I don't know if he's actually out of his contract. I think they just was like, "Go ahead, you could do it."
Yeah, no. That's exactly what I've heard. I heard that the UFC gave him
The
gave him
okay,
they gave him the okay to fight in BKFC.
but he's still
Seriously.
under contract with the UFC, right?
I think so. I think he's still under contract with UFC, but I feel like they gave him the okey doke. Be like, hey man, okey doke, you can go over there and get not throw them fisticuffs with no gloves on. That's what you can do. You can go ahead and do that.
Now, the question then becomes this: how does he do?
It's
In
it's dude, it's a change, man. It's different. I feel
so
like if anybody comes to BKFC, they need 2 fights because that first fight is one of those fill out processes, and if you ain't lucky, you're gonna get knocked out. And that second fight, you know what to do and you know how to handle the situation. But with BKFC coming up and being in the limelight a little bit more, I feel like there's some people out there that can actually show him the ways, and I feel like he performs in a way where it's unexpected.
so
Uh,
So you got a comment here which was gonna lead into something that I was gonna say next, which is Eric from Chicago. I don't think he's actually from Chicago, but it sounds good. He whipped up on Connor until he got tired. Was it like 11 to 14 days notice? It was short notice for the title, and he did whoop up on him a little bit. But here's the thing: the thing that we're just talking about Chad Mendez, BKFC at this point. The thing we talk about with Chad Mendez, same thing when he whipped up on Conor McGregor, is what? Hey, you let Chad Mendez get a hold of you. Huh. it's gonna be a long night. Here's the thing.
Can't
Chad
get a hold
Mendez
of.
can't get a hold of it. So are we about to walk into another
Paige Vincent.
no. What's his name? We hyped it up, boy. We thought he was gonna be the savior for MMA. Ben Askren.
Oh,
Ben Askren get a hold of you, it's a wrap. But when it comes to striking, it wasn't. Now, I'm not saying Chad Mendez striking isn't is his striking is a little bit above Ben Askren, to say the least. But the thing is, how do we think Chad Mendez is going to do?
I saw some training video on Chad Mendez, and I believe that what you say is true. If you're hitting pads, everybody look good, especially if you're a trained fighter. Everybody look good when you're hitting pads. When I saw him hitting pads, he looked fast. He looked fast. He looked quick, and he looked like he knew what he was doing. So I don't really have a dog in this fight right here because I feel like he's gonna come in. He's gonna do very well. But who knows? Who knows? This is BKFC, man. Once them gloves come off, man, it's a different story when you get in that ring. So I
Man,
don't know. I don't know.
man. I they making moves. I
They
can
are.
commend them for that.
They are.
BKFC is making moves.
They're going to, I wouldn't say it's the bottom of the barrel, but they're going to some high profile names who are probably on the back end or who have had bad luck in the UFC or other sports,
The
and they're
Bellator model.
bringing, yeah, they're bringing them to BKFC, and they're hyping them up, making them feel at home, giving them a lot of money so they can promote the sport itself. And Chad Mendez is a big name for BKFC, but it's a middle of the road name for the MMA UFC world. So I like what they're doing. But the thing is that the one thing about Paige Van Sant was she came in, she lost twice.
But okay, Paige Van
I
Zant.
understand
I
what
give
you're
you Paige Van
saying.
Zant. Paige Van Zant was different. So, but
Yeah.
my idea is that are they essentially? I mean, they're trying to find their little niche, right, in the
Mm-hmm.
world. They're like, it'd be crazy to think like we're gonna overtake the UFC in 10 years. I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
That ain't
But
gonna
they
happen.
just want to find a way where they can make decent to good money year after year and put on this stuff. Bellator kind of style. And
Yeah.
then they grow. So what they're doing is sort of the Bellator model, where it's like, okay, so we got our fighters that we bring up, and then we bring in the like older, the something happened or injured, but now they're making a comeback. Any of that fighters, and we're gonna use those fighters as a name to bring over eyes. But I feel like the same way that like Bellator kind of sort of went is the way they're going to go too, where they're thinking we bring in Chad Mendez to put somebody else on. Like, how many people know the name Britton Hart that didn't know it before she
They
fought?
know it now though. They know it more now than what they
Didn't know,
did in the past. Yeah.
didn't know it before she fought Paige Van Zant. You know, they could have been like, we'll take. They want Paige Van Zant on. I know she's a different one, but they could bring in these names to put their other boys on. Um,
True. But in order to get those fans who just see names and just watch it because of the names that are on the promotion, if you see a Paige Van Sant, she's doing well in BKFC, you're gonna continue to have those fans watch. But I understand what you're saying is you get those who previously were not on now, and you get some fans for life. But when you bring over a Chad Mendez or a Paige Van Sant from a different promotion, you're looking for them to actually do, if not well, well at least mediocre. So you just keep them up there, so you can keep that name. So not
keep it
only you
going
can
before
keep,
we
yeah,
put somebody on.
exactly.
Cause I
So
always thought it was weird, like whenever somebody comes over to Bellator, and then they, like, what's it like Ben Henderson when he came over to Bellator, and he just immediately is winning.
yeah,
Okay, well that just discredits the whole roster. But Ben Henderson came over and he sort of struggled a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, there's some good dudes in Bellator. I feel like that gives Bellator more legitimacy that a champion from 155 can come over and be like, man, okay, them boys can fight over here too. You know, that's the
but
same thing.
here's my thing though. For me, I know who Ben Henderson is. If Ben goes over to Bellator, dominates, right? Middle of the league or middle of the pack over in UFC, he goes to Bellator, dominates. I'm gonna watch Ben because I'm like, Ben, he was good before. caught bad luck in UFC. Now he's good again, but you know they got talent. Eventually they're gonna catch up with Ben, and he's gonna catch some L's. But you can push me away from the UFC a little bit more by watching Ben if he's actually doing well over there in Bellator. If he's not doing well, I'm not watching him. I'm gonna be like he was trash over in UFC. Now he's trash over in Bellator.
I
You see what
don't
I'm
know.
saying?
I don't know. We
Now
didn't we
I'm
didn't follow Mighty Mouse.
just just from a casual fan, we didn't like Mighty Mouse though.
Oh,
Here's
we
the thing.
liked Mighty Mouse. I don't know who didn't like Mighty Mouse.
The thing about Mighty Mouse was is that he didn't have competition, or we felt like he didn't have competition because he was winning all the time.
Right.
And you love winners, but you love to see those who are on top fall and see if they can get back to the top. He failed
Also
and then he
true.
left. So he didn't get an opportunity to get back on top. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Fine. We
So
got to move on. We got to move.
yeah.
Got to move
Before we
on.
get into the next part of the show, man, UFC 266, I want to talk about that bottom right corner once again. Stunting is a habit. Get likes us. Habits365.com/trash talk BS to get you a 10% discount. And if you want your logo or ad or anything, you want us to promote anything, all you got to do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey man, greatest email account ever made. Let's get into the next part of the show, man. UFC 266. That card right there. That card. That card right there.
No. I gotta call him out. Let's
Go ahead.
play a game called Call Out Bobby. All right.
Yeah.
So I said UFC 266, right? He said, yeah, ain't that? I said, nah, that ain't that one. And then I started reading the card off, and he's like, oh man. And then I started reading more names, and he was like, And I started reading more names, and he was like, huh. And I started reading. So it's either two different things. You get all of it at the top, a la Conor McGregor style, and then they don't put nothing on the bottom.
True.
Or you have a card that from top to bottom is everybody that you would be like, okay, no. I'm interested.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this card is. So here's the hoping that this card delivers. That's gonna be the hard part.
So before we get into your analyzation of the card and the fights that you would like to see, man, the one thing I want to say is that every fight other than the title fight or the main event fight, I'm very interested in. The only reason why I don't like the Brian Ortega versus Volkanovski fight is that Volkanovski fights for points. I hope Brian Ortega comes in like he did the last fight and beats the hell out of Volkanovski and becomes the champ so that we can see somebody fight to win by knocking somebody out, not to win on points. I understand why he does it. It's a fight game. He does it just to if you fight on points and you win, you win. But I don't like that. I don't like somebody just punching or jabbing somebody just so they can have more punches than the other guy in the first, second, or third round. And then the judge is like, oh, Volkanovski won because he threw more punches and he landed more punches. I don't like that. I hate that. I want fighters to get in there and fight to win.
Why?
That's all I'm gonna say.
The same.
I don't care.
Shout out to Sean O'Malley.
I don't care. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what you're talking about.
Shout out O'Malley. Look,
But the difference between Sean O'Malley and Volkanovski is Sean O'Malley going in there for 20 seconds. He's trying to knock him out in 20 seconds. I'm just saying.
I would joke.
I'm just saying.
I would joke. All right, but
I don't like somebody playing the judge game, man. And if you do, and here my hot take: if you play the judge game and they figure it out, you should automatically lose.
But you still won. What you mean?
I'm just saying.
That doesn't even make sense. Like what you mean?
It makes sense to me.
If you play the
makes sense
game,
to me.
But you still score more points, then what you mean?
It makes sense to me. Hey man, put 5 minutes on the clock, man. Let's talk about this card, man. UFC 266, man. I done did my little rant.
We couldn't put that on the timer because it was gonna take too long. So
my little rant.
You got the championship fight, Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega, aka T City, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. Now,
T City all day.
You told me with this next fight, Valentina Shevchenko.
Did I ask you the question on this one right here?
Lauren Murphy. I don't know if you asked me the question, but
let me ask you the question on live right now. Do you feel like any other matchups other than the championship matchup matters in Shevchenko's division as well as the 125 division?
This is the 125 division. But look,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
But
sorry.
look,
I'm sorry. I'm
look,
just saying.
look. I At this point, I mean, I feel like they should just rank them all like 1 through 5 or 7, and then like Shevchenko fight the first one, and then if they lose, they go down to 7, and everybody just move up one slot, and then she fight the next one, because them fighting each other is just cannibalizing themselves, and it's
Yeah.
like we're lining up. Man, that girl good, man. And
Yes.
it's no disrespect to the rest of the rest of the league or the division, but Shevchenko good, man. And then every time we've already been through those situations to where it's like, okay, this might be her toughest challenge yet. Slept. This might be her toughest challenge yet. Submitted. Okay, no, this was gonna be her toughest challenge yet. Head kick. They had to scrape her off the mat. So like, what? I don't understand. Like what we're doing here. You might as well just be like, "Hey, you next on the next card. I ain't gotta fight nobody to get there." Nah, you good, man. Don't even worry about it. We'll put you in. We'll put you in. So yes, them fighting each other kind of cannibalizes themselves. We actually have another 125 matchup on this, which is Jessica Andrade, who I think just lost to Shevchenko, but Cynthia Calvillo, I think it's Yo. You rolled the 2 L's. She with the win with her, she's in the picture to fight Shevchenko. Man, that's tough, man. I don't know. Hey, look, we gotta get to the next. Hey, I don't even know. Does Lauren Murphy? You said it was a lot closer than what I thought. I just heard Shevchenko, so then I just moved along with my life.
I don't. Murphy looks slower to me. I watched her last fight. She looked like she moves a lot slower than Shevchenko. It looks like Shevchenko will have a speed advantage in this next fight. I look for Shevchenko to do what she's done in the past, and I look for her to sleep Murphy. I'm just saying. I look for Murphy to not even make it past the first round. I just feel like Shevchenko is on a different level at this point in time.
I have a question and I'm wasting time. I know I am, and I'm sorry. Is that how all of these dynamics of siblings in these fighting organizations, aren't they all the same? And isn't it crazy the way it works?
Yeah,
Valentina Shevchenko is so dominant, right?
yeah.
And then her sister, not doing the best, right?
Mm.
And then
They
even
they
though
taking it out on her.
even though they turned the corner, Serge turned the corner. He's now the what 125 champ down in Bellator, I believe. I'm not exactly sure, but for a while there, it was Anthony Pettis on top,
Mm-hmm.
and as Sergio came out, had a little surge, no pun intended, and then he kind of faltered. But it's like, dang, I thought you was supposed to like how does that not weird? I don't know any other
It's,
sibling fighters.
it's very weird that what I'm saying, you can be in the same household with a champion and you be struggling yourself. I mean,
Like,
it would you would think that you learned something from the champ, but
is there
I
ever
guess
one
there's
where
something
the
on it.
champ was dominant and then like their younger sibling or somebody came into the game and just straight mollywopped it? Like, damn, he better than him.
I think
I
there may be somebody down there. We might need
Somebody
to look
find it.
that up,
Somebody
bring it
find it.
back. We need to look that up and bring it back. But
Nick
let's get into the
Diaz.
next for you, man.
Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. And you said some
Let's go.
blasphemous stuff
Man,
before
I
we
ain't said
got
no
on.
blasphemy. Man, I've
Who
heard
who
news, man. I've
said that?
heard news that
Who?
if Diaz wins this fight, man, he's gonna be number one contender.
You heard news.
I heard some news, man. Breaking news, man. I heard some from a sources saying that Diaz, if he wins this fight, he'll be number one contender. Up next to fight Kamar Usman.
There ain't no way.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, if he beats Robert Lawler, man, he number one contender.
Question is, does he beat Robbie Lawler?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know, man. We haven't seen Diaz in so many years that there's so many questions about if he's going to be the same, better, or whatever. I think that his tissue and his face is healed up to a point where he's a lot better than his brother. If he takes the distance, he lasts a lot longer than his brother can because Nate is one of those individuals that if he doesn't start off strong and he doesn't get his feet under him a lot earlier, his face will start to show a lot more than what it should. His scar tissue will start opening up, and then he'll look hurt, which he's not. But if Nate comes in and he's been training with his brother, he might look good, man. I don't know. I don't know. He might come in and actually shock Robbie.
Robbie Lawler, this is the best matchup that he could have to come back
Yeah.
because he's an old school mentality type fighter fighting an old school mentality type fighter. Whether or not they change the game and they start picking up chickens in Siberia or something, I don't know. But with that being said, you can get away with saying things like, the Diaz brothers, they be running triathlons, they be doing this, that, and the other. So therefore they put on a different pace. That's still relevant per se when it comes to fighting your old school type fighters, because that could still be the case. But if let's say Diaz wins this fight against Robbie Lawler and he moves into a division with all these newer younger guys, the same thing I said about Leon Edwards with Nate. Like, we say that stuff about Nate. Well, everybody do that now. Everybody in that kind of shape. So, like, what does Nick Diaz have that's gonna give him the advantage over Kamaru Usman?
I don't know.
What does Nick Diaz have that may give him the advantage over what their name with the long legs that be kicking in the face real fast? Wonder Boy. Hey, Wonder Boy keeping up with the times.
Wonder Boy is an individual that don't sleep on him, because you might go to sleep if you do sleep
Wonder
on
Boy keeping up with the times. Do we see Nick Diaz doing that?
I don't know, man. This fight is going to answer a lot of questions, man.
I'm excited
Just like
to see
Eric said in the comment section, he said Diaz fought last in 2015-ish. He don't feel like he's ate the amount of head blows that Lawler has. And anyone seen him touching up gloves? I mean, I'm just saying, he's a boxer. He's a boxer now. So, I mean, I would love to see Diaz versus Jake Paul, but that's just me. I just want to see that.
You trying to get that boy messed, man? Don't do that.
Hey, it is what it is.
We said,
I will go talk about this a little later now in boxing, man. But Jake Paul on his list, he got Nate Diaz on his list for boxing. I'm just saying.
and Nate or
Just
Nick?
He got Nate. He got
Okay,
Nate
you
on.
will put
He
Nick
got
on there.
Nate
Got
on.
some respect on his
He
name.
got Nate on the list, because I think Nate talking some shit, and
Well,
he's
we know that's
Jake
what
wrote
Nate
Nate
do.
name down on that. I'm just saying.
He don't want that smoke. He
But
don't
let's
want that smoke from the Diaz
get into
brothers.
the rest of the card real quick, man. Give you ideas
Curtis
about the
Blades
card
versus
itself.
Jair Rosenstrike.
I like Rosenstrike.
Jessica Andrade, Cynthia Calvillo.
I
Marlon
want to
Moraes
see
is
that.
fighting. What they got on the prelim card? There's no prelim card out just yet. Oh, there's a couple of them. Carl Roberson's fighting. Carl Robertson.
Okay.
Chris Dukakis. Chris Dukas.
Lucas.
Dukas. Like that name. It's a good name.
But this card is turning out to be one. It's a meaty card right here. It's got meat, potatoes. It's got a good serving of everything. You know what I'm saying? It's got what you want. It's just, you don't just tune in to the main card. They got some stuff on the undercard too. You might want to watch too. So
like, I gotta be there at 9, not like, hey, I need to chill.
Yeah.
I gotta tune in at what, 12? That's about when
Yeah.
it starts.
Yeah. That's for a Connor fight. Usually you can tune in about 12 for a Connor fight, because they ain't got nobody else on the Connor fight. Just saying.
What else we got?
But let's get into the next part of the show, man. Let's talk about a little bit of boxing, man. Before we get into boxing, man, I just want to talk about that bottom right corner once again, man. Stun is a habit. Get like us, habits365.com, best size trash all BS. If you want some apparel from us or anything like that, you need to get one of these t-shirts. You want your logo in the bottom right corner, hit us up at
My feet smell like butter at gmail.com.
Hey, man, greatest account ever made, man. Let's get into the next part of the show, man. Let's talk about a little boxing, man. Let's talk about a little boxing.
So look, there's a lot of key dates coming up. And I didn't know there was so much going on in the boxing world, because the only thing you hear about is these I wouldn't even call them celebrity boxing matches. It's just these circus
influencers. It's influencers, man. Influencers put some respect on their name, man, because they got millions of people that's going to tune in to watch them fight now. Put some respect on their name. Even though you don't like people who don't like to fight or who don't fight at all, you talk shit about them. They're
I don't. I respect everybody that gets in there and laces up them gloves.
You do
Logan
not.
Paul. Logan Paul can't fight. He can't, man. He can't fight.
Ah, man. Let's get into it, man. What's some key dates for you?
Fighting. Manny Pacquiao still fighting. He's fighting Ugas. I don't know who that is.
I saw some video on Manny Pacquiao, man. He was outside in front of a lot of people throwing some punches to the air. He looked fast, he looked quick.
Man,
But
that man gonna be fast
like
at 65.
he looked fast, he looked quick.
He can be
The
fast at
hands look quick.
65. So we
Yeah.
still get to see Manny, even though he was supposed to fight Spence. Spence
Yeah,
had
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
had a retina tear.
Yeah. Somebody stepped in for Spence. I know I couldn't tell you the guy's name right now, but it's not as interesting as if it was Spence fighting. That's all I'm gonna say about that right there.
You know, and this fight I guess don't get blocked by Conor McGregor. And then you got Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley coming up.
Man,
That's happening.
like I said before, man, if Tyron doesn't come out with this victory, man, he might as well just pack up and leave. Just go ahead and go to another country, man. Just live your life in the Bahamas. Don't come back. Take all your money.
He gonna do it for us,
Take your money. Take your money. Take about 3 women with you. Go ahead and buy your house in the Bahamas.
He gonna do it for us.
Chill out with those women.
Don't put it out there in the ether.
Send them back to America in 2 years and have them send 3 back with you.
He has to do this for us. Imagine if Jake Paul beat Tyron Woodley, bruh.
He gonna talk so much shit.
You ain't gonna be able to tell him.
Man, he gonna have a chain. He gonna have a bed with Tyron Woodley's face on it as he got knocked out. Dude, he gonna be so much trolling if he loses. Man, Tyron
you ain't gonna be able to tell him nothing. So he understand that. I bet he training right now while we talking. I bet he hit and miss right now.
He need to. He need to get right.
He hit and miss right now because we need this after that last performance that we did when we came out. But past that, back to the fights coming up. You got Oscar De La Hoya versus Vitor Belfort, and moving along.
No. Before you move on to this, man, I heard my sources out there. I heard that Oscar was backing out, not backing out, but he was thinking to himself, why did he take this fight against Vitor Belfort? He's like, that guy.
And look, are we going? But listen, are we gonna get TRT Vitor back?
I don't know.
Cause you remember TRT Vitor out there spin kicking Luke Rockhold? That was a scary dude, man.
Vitor is scary. I don't know why Oscar chose this one, but he should have chose somebody who could.
He must have accepted the fight during the commentary during that last Triller fight.
He did say through that Triller fight that he's gonna fight somebody. It ain't gonna be nobody just coming in there and he can beat him. He said he gonna fight somebody, and I guess this is who he thought. That's all I'm gonna say about that situation.
Then you got
he was high as hell when he did that.
He's like, what'd he say? He could have did like he talked like he was talking to Ricky Bobby. Oh hell, Ricky, I was high when I said that. Anthony Joshua versus Usyk. That's gonna be a good fight, but mainly Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 2, rescheduled October the 9th.
3. That's Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. 3.
Yeah, they fought 3 times. The first one was a draw because he
Yep.
hit it real hard. My man said, "I'm up."
He did an Undertaker on that ass.
He said, I'm good. No, I'm good. Stop counting. He's like, I'm at 23. Shit, what you want me to do? That's exciting, and it gives Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder more time. To train.
They said that Deontay has never been as hungry for any other opponent other than Tyson Fury. I don't know how much that affects him in the boxing round, which is actually getting in there and training how to box itself. But they said they ain't never seen anybody more hungry than Deontay Wilder trying to fight Tyson Fury. I'm just saying. I don't know if that gives him a W or a notch over, but they said he ready. He ready.
But why wasn't you hungry the first time?
I don't know, man. They just saying what he is now, man. They ain't talking about in the past, man.
Why wasn't you hungry the second time?
I don't know, man. Cause I feel like the second time he felt like he won the first fight, so I guess he didn't train as hard as he needed to win the second one. I don't know, man.
But he walked out there. But if that's the case and he thought he won the first one, then okay, more power to you. But then that would have been the first fight when they came out and it was a draw. He went out there like, yo, this man tougher than I thought. I'm gonna need to come with it.
But I guess he thought that if he comes with it a round earlier, he can get him out of there. I don't know. So
he showed up like, yo, I'm gonna do less.
I don't know,
I'm gonna
man.
do less, fam.
You
I
talking
don't
to
know.
a fan, man. You talking to a
I
fan.
don't
I
know.
hope Tyson comes out there and gets knocked out. That's all I hope he do.
I got Tyson. Uh,
I know why.
let's see. Shakir Stevenson fighting. I'm excited about that one. Everybody was wanting to get all up on him about his last performance and stuff, but whatever. I like that kid. Super good. Gonna be great. And it'll shake up the division. Got a lot of matchups we could do, so we're gonna keep an eye on that. But other than that, what about this announcement? That's not on the list.
What is that?
Oh,
Oh.
Anderson Silva versus Tito Ortiz. This I'm the most excited about this fight that I'm not excited about.
I can see why you're excited about this fight right here, especially after Anderson Silva's last performance, actually getting a W. Tito Ortiz always brings the fight to
He brings
any
something.
any fight. He always brings the fight to any fight that he fights. So I feel like this is a good matchup, especially with the two. Who put this together, man? Because I feel
Because
like the
it what
people putting
happened.
this together is pretty good, man. Seriously.
This what happened, right? So like he ain't the mayor no more. What was he?
I don't know what
He
it
was in
was.
office, and he ain't in office no more. So he like, look, I need to make some paper. Right? He was like, look, the only way I know to make that paper is I'm gonna go out there and get them things running. And
Yeah.
so now he out here getting them things running. But it's another one of these like, fine, you got me. Kind of sort of a la Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if y'all would have put them up against anyone else, I'd have been like, nah. But I guess if they're up against each other, I'll try it. Same thing. Anderson Silva, Tito Ortiz. You put Tito Ortiz in there against anyone else, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But here we go. Let me put on my matchmaking hat. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Anderson Silva knocks out Tito Ortiz.
I can see that happen.
Vitor Belfort knocks out Oscar De La Hoya. And we get Vitor versus Anderson. Well, they won't do it in Brazil, but we get them boxing.
Then whoever wins
I'm
that
just
fights
saying.
Jake Paul. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, if Jake Paul wins, he's what 4-0. Oh my.
Yeah, yeah, and to talk about it just a little bit more, Jake Paul put a list about individuals he would love to fight after the um Tyron Woodley fight. So he has a list of like 6 or 7 individuals. He has after he beats Tyron Woodley. I don't know exactly who the next names are, but he has Nate Diaz on that list. He also has Javante Davis on that list, and he
I ain't
has
gonna fight
Conor.
Tank. He 80 pounds heavier than Tank. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. He
And
got. I
I don't
think he
want him to
got
fight
Floyd.
Tank
He
go out
got
there and sleep
Floyd.
him.
He got Floyd Mayweather on that list, and he got Conor McGregor. I'm just saying. The man got a $1 billion list out there to make some money. I'm just saying. He just put it out there. That's what he got.
And look, and then they out
I'm
there,
just here to report.
and then everybody out there lying. Talking about, I ain't even trying to fight Conor no more. That ain't the fight to make. Boy, if you don't be quiet, you know good well you try to make that money. Don't even kid yourself.
Yeah.
If Conor said he wanted to fight, you say, yes, sir. How much we gonna be doing? How much I get? 30%? Fair. I'm okay with that. Don't even worry about it, boss. That's what they gonna do. Because they know they gonna make more money than they ever made at all.
True. True. True.
Anderson Silva versus Conor McGregor. Just kidding.
No, that wouldn't happen.
What else you got?
Man, that's all I got in the boxing news, man. But before we get into other news, man, I want to talk about that habits365.com. If you hit that link, habits365.com /trash talk BS, you get you a 10% discount on that apparel because we're trying to create good habits 365 days a year. And if you want your logo, if you want some gear, some apparel, or anything like that, all you got to do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey man, greatest email account ever made. In other news, man, you know fantasy football is right around the corner, and Trash Talk has a Trash Talk league. And I just want to go into other news talking about some of the things that has changed for this year. So the ESPN Trash Talk Fantasy Football League has changed a little bit. It is now $100 league. We do have, I'm gonna tell you right now, the league is full currently. but it can open up to 3 or 4 more teams. But before I open it back up, I need to have 3 or 4 individuals ready to go. That being said, some of these dollar amounts can change if we get more individuals down to play.
All you gotta do
So
is Jerry Maguire.
that's it. That's it. That's how show me the money. Look, some things that have changed this year. First place is $600. Second place is $100. You win your money back. Last year was a winner take all. This year we're doing a little bit more for those individuals who actually participate. There are also going to be division champs. There's $50 for each division champ. So if you win your division, you get $50. And then there's a weekly bonus. So each week there's going to be a $25 bonus for the team who scores the most points. So if you score the most points 4 out of the, I think it's 13, 14 weeks, you can win your money back.
You can make your money back, not even make the playoffs.
You can make your money back and not make the playoffs.
That
So
you know who that would have been
it's
last
very
year,
intriguing.
right?
Who? That'd have been you, because you had some good weeks there where you were scoring a lot of points. But that also gets into each individual actually making a good draft. And the thing we've done differently, and the thing that ESPN offers, is draft day trades. Now, I've never done this in any other league that I've been in, but there is draft day trades. So if you really like somebody and somebody traded or drafted them, you can trade. I believe, I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna look into it. You can trade 1 or 2 of your players for that player so you can get that individual on your team. So if there's a couple people out there, a couple people that you like that is on your list, you have an opportunity on draft day to get those individuals. That's all I'm gonna say.
I got a question. I got a question before we let you go. We
Go
got
ahead.
a question before you let you go. Okay, so you got draft day trades, right? So can I
Yeah.
be like draft day? Where like I got the 6th pick, but I'm gonna give up what you call it for the first pick in the next round.
I don't know how it goes per se like that. I think you can do it. I don't know officially what it happens. I feel like if it's one of those things where Patrick Mahomes is out there and you really like him and he's the first pick and somebody has him, you can have your pick versus plus your second round pick too, so they can pick twice. Or I don't know.
That'd
I
be
don't
the way
know,
to go.
man.
That'd be where to go.
That would be the way to go. That would or it could be one of those things where you can have a team draft a player for you and then you trade with them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, look at y'all colluding.
So it's like one of those things where it's like, hey, look, if you draft Saquon Barkley right now, I'll give you the 7th pick plus the 27th pick and a player to be named later. Just saying.
Well,
I'm
look
just
at it.
saying, man. This can get a little dicey, man. This can get a little dicey right here. So let's go over it one more time, man. First place $600, second place $100. Division champs get $50. Weekly bonus. Those who score, or the team that scores the most points gets a $25 bonus. The reason why I want to do it like this year is because you realize that each individual ESPN fantasy football, after a certain week or so, individuals just don't care. And I don't want people to not care. So I want to get it to week 9 or week 10, and people still care about putting a good lineup together because they can get that bonus, so they can get their money back. So it's just one of those things where if you put together a good lineup at least 4 times out of 16 weeks, you can make your money back. So it's just like you're not losing money. So if you're interested, I got 3 to 4 teams available at the moment. Right now, the league is closed, but if you're interested, all you got to do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey, man, greatest email account ever made. And I feel like these draft day trades might be something different, man. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. What else you got for the people, man?
That's all I got. But you know what?
What?
It's been real.
It's always real, man.
It's been good.
It's been good tonight.
But it ain't been real good.
Hey, never that.
Look, we gonna come back next time in case they so long.
I holla.
Peace.